Hyperkin's been releasing a bunch of products at CES 2018. They released a couple things. And the Duke is back, baby. Do you remember the Duke?
The controller?
The Duke controller.
Yeah.
Hyperkin is going to be releasing, and I'm going to put an image right here of what, if for anybody who might not remember what the Duke was. The Duke was the big fucking monstrous controller that came with the original Xbox. And that is fucking awesome because I loved that controller. It was it's all I had. I grew up with my brother. You think I fucking got the nice small one when we play Halo? Or whenever I'd go to a friend's house where like everybody was like, why is he here? It'd be like, give him the fucking bullshit big ass.
Give him the Duke.
They didn't call it the Duke. No one called it. If you were one of those people who called it the Duke back when it was actually out, you're fucking lying. Nobody called it the Duke.
Nobody did.
It wasn't until it was gone that everyone's like, yeah, you remember the Duke? I was like, yeah, I remember that thing. I was just very used to playing with the Duke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I ever got the little controller, I liked it. But getting the Duke back, it's such a weird thing because not many people have fond memories of the Duke.
No, because it was fucking huge.
It was
like
monstrous.
impossible to use as a young, like as a teenager.
Your hands,
child.
You'd hold the normal controllers. You hold like this. This one you had to hold like all the buttons up here.
Yeah,
so
the Duke was made for Shaq.
Yeah,
it was not made for the normal human being. It was made for the Shaq.
Yeah, the Duke was just what a controller. Like who? I mean, that and the old PS3 Boomerang controller might have been the worst game.
Yeah,
controller.
at least we never saw that one.
I would have loved to. When's Hyperkin gonna come out with the Boomerang PS3
Jesus
controller?
Christ.
So apparently this will be coming out really soon. Actually,
what system is it for?
Xbox One, PC, and it also is compatible with the Xbox 360 as well. And
okay.
But at the dead center where the Xbox logo once stood is a huge circle that plays the boot up screen animation of the original console when it's pressed. That is awesome. And apparently it will retail for about $60, I believe. Yes, the new Duke controller is available at the end of March for $69.99, and it looks fucking great.
Yeah,
I love it. Here, this is what it's looking like, and I'll post this image at the bottom of the screen too. I mean, it looks just like it.
Yeah, they just added 2 buttons.
Yeah, they just added the 2 buttons. I love it. Makes me actually want an Xbox One just for the fucking controller. No, I want it for the. Come on, man! I'd love it because getting the Halo Halo Master Chief Edition collection and playing through Halo 1 with that fucking big fucker, I'd love that.
Or you could just hook up your old Xbox.
I could do that, but I gotta find a Duke. I gotta find a shitty Duke somewhere. Oh, I'm cool with that. And Hyperkin also is doing another blast from the past. Hyperkin's doing all these retro things. They've done a redone version of the Superboy.
Yeah.
That actually looks really good. Like it's apparently.
Well, they're actually not the only company doing that right now. Retrobit is planning to release a Sega Saturn.
A full system.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sega.
Any idea if there's gonna be pre-installed shit with that?
I don't know.
I'd be all about a pre-installed one because buying for Saturn. I don't know if anybody listens who actually tries to collect for retro consoles, but Saturn and Dreamcast right now are like impossibly difficult. Dreamcast is okay, but
buying good games on the Saturn is like you might as well just throw your whole.
You might as well start buying it. Yeah, you might as well just start looking for Neo Geos because they're all in like above $60 for a good game. Mm-hmm. The only one I think you can get that's still reasonably priced. That's
Sonic Racing.
No, that's still like an $80 game.
Really?
Now. Yeah.
Wow,
Sonic Racing.
That.
Yeah, you can get it on the GameCube for.
In the Gems collection.
Yes, you can get it there. Yeah, no, Sonic R is probably about a $60 to $80 game now. The only one I think you can get now normally is like $30 is Knights, which I love Knights.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they did that new Superboy, which apparently is a much better version less wonky than the original. Like apparently you can shake the cartridge and it will not come loose. But the other thing I thought was kind of cool is they're making a new Game Boy. a new
Yeah, I've seen this.
The Ultra Boy, the Ultra GB, my bad, is what it's called, and it's not out yet. They don't have a release date, but it'll charge through a USB-C port. It will have stereo sound so that you'll be able to do chiptune music through it, and you can also there's a wheel that would change the color of the lighting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only thing I find odd about it is, why would this not have an option for Game Boy Advance games?
I don't know.
Like
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but
no, because it has an aluminum casing, so it's kind of heavier, and it's built off of Game Boy Pocket. Now, my thought is, it's like they're thinking that it's probably going to be under $100, but you can buy Game Boy Pockets for under $100 that are super light and still pretty small. I'm not as excited about this than I was the Duke, but it still looks really nice. It shows the guy playing it, and Game Boy's actually apparently getting another life back. People going around trying to get all the black and white ones.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually become a bigger market now than you'd think. You can still go and get Game Boy Color games and Game Boy black and white ones for like dollars, but apparently a lot of people are starting to there's
collect those.
Yeah, they're starting
That's
to kind of build up. I guess because it's just a market that's kind of never been touched. It's kind of like how mine was.
Well, nobody collects things that come in cardboard boxes usually, because the cardboard boxes don't hold up.
No, but like. They're not looking. I don't think people are looking for like the boxes. I just think people are like getting the games back.
Yeah.
That's how me and the Game Gear. I love the Game Gear a lot, and I have, maybe more than half of the library of the Game Gear games, and I have a blast with those. Anytime I go through a bin, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah.
You know, people can't give half those games away. That's another weird one that
I think that might be one of the ones that Retrobit is doing. It might be the Game Gear, because there's 3 of them. It might be the Game Gear, the Saturn, and the Dreamcast.
Ooh, those are great. Those are so good. I wonder though if they'll ever get the rights. If they ever do pre-installed games, do you think they'll ever get the Mega Man on Sega?
The Wily Wars?
No, there's a Mega Man game on Game Gear. I have it. I'll show it to you after the show. It's like the only officially licensed Mega Man game.
Isn't it Mega Man 1, 2, and 3?
No, I don't believe so. I think it's its own thing, but
maybe I'm thinking of something for the Sega Genesis that never came out in the United States.
Maybe.
There's something called Mega Man the Wily Wars.
Yeah, I know the Wily Wars. That's not what this one is. This one just straight up says Mega Man on it. And it's for the Game Gear, and it's one that I found for like $5, and I was like, Mega Man on a Sega? That's weird to me. But hey, with the popularity of all these classic consoles coming out recently, I think collecting for retro gaming, collecting has kind of subsided, and a lot of the prices have been coming down. But I think with the uprising of the Super Nintendo Classic and the NES Classic, I think people are kind of like, oh, we wouldn't mind these games again.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hyperkin's... I like Hyperkin. Doesn't Hyperkin do in the fight sticks?
They do. They're not as good as Hori's fight sticks.
Oh, Hori's the one I'm thinking that does the great ones. But hopefully, hey, as long as that Duke is a good controller, you've talked me kind of into maybe getting
Hyperkin does the
Xbox.
Retron.
Do the Retron 5s and stuff like that?
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, I think they've done all of them.
Maybe. I'm not sure. You might be right on that, actually. I think you are. Because, yeah, Hyperkin Retro. I think you're right. I believe you are.